love your flashy ways. Guess it's why they broke and you're so
I can fill you with real millionaire shit. That's cargo, my cargo. 160, swiftly. Wreck it by your new one. The crew run.
You and Suge Knight, Mary and Suge Knight of Death Row Records, both say that there's no rivalry between rappers from the East Coast and the West Coast. But can you deny that there are tensions?
I definitely feel like there were tensions. That I definitely feel like people had tensions. But I can only speak for myself. I know I didn't have no tensions. I can only speak for also my artists, who I know how their hearts and their minds feel. I know they didn't have no tensions for anybody. It's just so ignorant to be blessed with the chance to be doing what we're doing, to even just have a job. We have steady jobs, you know, and to be having that chance and to be in some sort of ignorant feud or just something where we're against each other. And to me, it was in a sense self-defeating. Just as a businessman, you want to make music for everybody. You want everybody to love you. Who wants somebody to be against them? You know what I'm saying? It's not a good feeling. And
those tensions that a lot of people say did exist and do exist, do you think that had anything to do with Biggie's death?
As I said before, it would not be right for me to speculate. If I don't know who killed him, then I would just be speculating. I cannot go there. We did not receive any type of warnings beforehand from the party, or they were saying like we had received threats. We didn't receive threats. We didn't feel any type of tension. As I said before, we were just trying to move on from the negativity of all the hype that was created from the East-West stuff, just by showing the fans and showing the people out there that we wanted to move on, and hopefully through our actions of moving on and being out there with the people, that hopefully other people out there would be able to move on.
Did Biggie feel the same way you did?
Yes, definitely. We talked about it all the time.
He said in an article about you holding him back from retaliating against the West Coast. Is there any truth to that? Or?
He never said holding back from retaliating against the West Coast. I just want to make sure I clarify for you. He was talking about holding back from retaliating, of him making records, answering to negative things that were said about him on records. Because, I mean, that's been in hip-hop before, as far as people battling on records. That was nothing that was a big deal. But I was like, if it's something that's not going to bring a positive result to this Big, then we don't need to be involved in it. And that's what he meant by me holding him back from him making a record, just speaking up for himself, since he was slandered on other people's records.
Now, you said these types of things existed before in hip-hop. You're one of the biggest rap producers, R&B producers in music today. How does that affect record sales? Those types of tensions, does it increase record sales? Are youth going to the stores buying the records and CDs because of the hype that's around different disputes that are going on in the industry?
I mean, it's a fact that it definitely, any type of controversy, and from whether it's on film, or television, or any type of, or records, it definitely gets people's attention. But the fact still remains that a problem with somebody, even if it's just on record, is something that's negative. You're not going to get something positive from it. So me looking at it as a businessman, it wasn't worth the business of putting out a controversial record, taking a poke at somebody else, and just adding more fuel to the fire of the divide and conquer situation. We wanted to make music to bring everybody together, even if we were talking about the dark side of things that people out there could relate to. We were trying to bring people together as far as through the music. A lot of people out there can relate to the music of Biggie, can relate to the music of Faith, which is R&B, can relate to the music of 112, which is R&B, can relate to the music of Craig Mack.
Do you think now, after everything that's happened, that there's anything that you can say or do that might ease tensions that still exist between the East Coast and the West Coast's rap industries?
The only thing that I could say is what I've been saying, and that it's ignorant, and that. But I also feel like I speak to a lot of the rappers and a lot of people in the industry. I would say it's more the fans. The people in the industry as a whole, they definitely know that it doesn't make sense, and nobody wants a part of it. It's just to the fans. The fans need to recognize that it's not real, and that they need to, anything that they're trying to live out, they need to stop it, because it's just, that right there is definitely dividing us. And right now, we need each other, you know what I'm saying? We lost two of our biggest assets to the hip-hop community, and we need each other right now, and we need to come together.
What do you tell the little kids that held up the sign during Biggie's funeral that said, "Stop the violence from the future stars of tomorrow"? Do you feel responsible for ensuring that they even have a future?
I definitely feel responsible. I have to take responsibility, just like any young man or woman that's living on this earth, or any young man or woman, period. We all have to take our responsibility, and we have to handle it. And whatever I could do, from the raising of my kids, whatever I could do through my music, I definitely have to read that sign. I definitely have to take that message inside my heart. I can relate to that. I feel the same way. The violence, it has to stop. I mean, this is one of my closest friends, and it's still one of my closest friends, and also my biggest artist. And I feel his loss. I just miss him so much.